Hey guys and gals, Mr. Case here to review day 9 of the math work for 4th grade. The NTI work should look like this. It's 2 pages. So what it is number and operations fractions review. So this is our review about stuff the kiddos learned earlier this year, but we're going to review over it, and we'll start with number 1. I'll read the questions. Kind of give some basic general information, and then obviously if you have more questions, you guys have my number and my email, so you can either call me, text me, or give me an email, and I will make sure to reply. I also will be doing video chats throughout the week. Typically I'll try to do them at 9 in the morning, 12 or noon, or at 6 in the evening. So with that being said, I will be sending out messages with the link to the Google Meet. All you have to do is type in that link and it'll take you to a page. You'll enter in what looks like a phone number, and it will also have a PIN number. I will send that to you, and then you get right on. The kiddos can video chat with me, interact with the students in our class, and we go over math stuff. So be looking out for that. But let's get started with number 1. Keith is making cookie dough. Each batch has 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. He is making 5 batches. How many cups of brown sugar will he need in all? So what we have to look at here, and there's a couple different ways you can figure out this answer. So, for each batch, they're using 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And he's making 5 batches. So essentially you're going to have 5 groups of 2/3. So how many cups of brown sugar will he need in all? So if I need 5 groups of 2/3, you got to figure out, what am I going to do here? Am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Well, I can tell you right now, it says how many cups of brown sugar will he need in all. We can go ahead and eliminate subtraction and division, because that's the key word there, is how many cups of brown sugar will he need in all. Now I want you to also think on the subject of, I said we need 5 groups or 5 batches of 2/3 of a cup for each batch. So it's 5 groups. So a lot of students will remember, if I'm making 5 groups, I'm going to lay out 2/3 one group, 2/3 another group, 2/3 of my 3rd group, 2/3 of my 4th group, 2/3 of my 5th group. 5 groups. Easy. Got to think about what would be the easiest way to figure out the total. So let's get to number 2. On Monday, Miss Kinser's class collected 47 hundredths of a liter of rainwater. On Tuesday, they collected 2/10 of a liter of rainwater. How many liters of rainwater did they collect Monday and Tuesday combined? So if we look at this, we take our important stuff. So we got 47 hundredths of a liter and 2/10 of a liter of rain. And we want to combine them, so we know we're going to add. But we have to look at the numbers. So 47 hundredths and 2/10. Now I need to get my denominators here to be equal. Now instead of trying to change the 100 to a 10, what's going to be much easier is if we change this 10 to 100. So I'll let you figure out that math. How many times can 10 go into 100? And just remember, whatever I do to this bottom number, I have to do the same to my top number. So if I got 2/10 and I change that, because we got to get them equivalent before we can do our next step. So I also got to think, if it's combined, if I'm combining something, most likely I'm going to add it. So once you get that figured out, it should be easy to solve. You can just add them together. All right. Number 3. Which number sentence below correctly compares the two decimals? So let's see. We got A, 2.99 is greater than 3.51. B, 1.01 is equal to 1.1. C, 2.1 is greater than 2.09. Or D, 0.6 is less than 0.27. So obviously you just got to go through and try to figure out which one of those statements is true. Number 4. On a science test, Matt missed 4/6 of the questions. What fraction is equivalent to 4/6? Remember we did equivalent fractions the other day in our math work. So we have to figure out which one of them is equivalent to 4/6. Is it A, 6/4, B, 6/9, C, 4/8, or D, 2/6? That's a tricky one, but you just got to try to figure out which one is equivalent. So which one is kind of the same. Okay. So you look at number 5, it's going to be one where you have to write out and explain it. At the Pinewood Derby, Max's car rolled 0.67 of a meter, and Alex's car rolled 0.7 of a meter. Whose car rolled the furthest? Explain your answer. So you got to either say, try to explain whose went further. Did Max's roll farther at 0.67 of a meter, or did Alex's car roll farther at 0.7 of a meter? So try to figure that out. Don't forget, just because there's not another number behind that 7 doesn't necessarily mean it's less than. Okay, flip it over and go to number 6. Miss Martin's class tracked the amount of rain that fell over several months and recorded it on a chart. Which month had the most rain? So right there, all you're doing is take a look at that chart. Your choices are April, May, June, and July. And you just have to look at it and try to figure which fraction is the biggest. Number 7, Jeremy caught a fish that was 0.92 meters long. What fraction represents 0.92? So you gotta remember how many, you're looking at 0.92, and when we put it in a fraction form, 0.92 is out of how many, the total. So 0.92 is our part, just a partial number. If I put that over a fraction, what's the whole for the fraction? So I think that one would be relatively easy. And look at number 8. Claire plotted several points on a number line. Which letter is located at 0.45? So on that one, you just gotta look at that letter line, or that number line, and 0.5 is in the middle. So which letter, J, K, L, or M, is at 0.45? Okay, number 9, Madeline picked 5/10 of a quart of strawberries on Monday and 9/10 of a quart of strawberries on Tuesday. How much more did she pick on Tuesday? So you got to figure out how much more strawberries. So you're going to use subtraction there. So you're going to subtract the fractions. Just remember, you don't subtract the bottom, just the top numbers. So you go to number 10. The art teacher bought 8 different types of fabric. She bought 1/3 of a yard of each type of fabric. How many yards of fabric did she buy in all? Explain your answer. So right there, you're going to multiply, but don't forget, we need to change that number. So if I do 8 times 1/3, don't forget to change the number. When we get our answer, we don't want it to be an improper fraction. So that means if I took 8 times 1, do a quick example for you. 10 times 1/3, we'll put 10 over 1, and it's going to come out to be 10/3. It's got to look different. Okay, you can't have it where the number on top is bigger. Try to figure out how many times 3 can go into 10. Same idea if you're doing 8 times 1/3. Alright, I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video.